Well, in this video, we're going to talk about ice cold beer. This is, it's actually a somewhat sought after game. Uh, but I used to, believe it or not, this is my fourth ice cold beer. Um, I I had one that I ended up selling it and regretting it, and then I got another one, and I brought it to a show, and down here I put a label, and it said um, for sale. Now, my intentions at the show was not to sell it at all, but I put a thing in anyways. It said 2,500, which is too much, by the way. 2,500 for sale, and my name and number, and it was right here, and somebody was at the show, and they took video of all the games, and they zoomed in on my number. So then, believe it or not, they put it on YouTube. Somebody's seen it, and they gave me a call. And they said, 2,500? Sold. So, it was more than the machine was really worth. A guy drove hours out to find me, and he bought it. It's unfortunate because that game had perfect glass. I might have had a perfect glass. See, my glass is a little chipped up. But okay. So with that money, I turned around and bought from an operator for $800 two more ice cold beers, and I kept the rest and hoped that I could find another cool game. Well, I ended up fixing both of those other ice cold beers. I kept the one, and the one I kept is this one right here, and the other one was, I don't know if you've ever noticed it or not, but I'll come back to this. Um, I sold the one to my buddy for $1,000, you know, and I kept the nicer one, but his was the American version. And yes, they did. They made a Taito and a Taito licensed American version of ice cold beer. So, in other words, this whole cabinet was I mean, it was still a Taito machine, but the American version had a Coinco coin door in the center. It did not have Taito coin doors, and there was a few upgraded things. The motors were better and stuff like that. Um, but and the harness was different. But but it's basically the same machine. But this one is the one of the ones they ship from Japan, and that's why I like this one. But another interesting thing is, you see these joysticks? These joysticks are the same joysticks that are in Defender, Stargate, Joust, and others. Now this is the demo mode, what it's doing here. It's kind of giving you an example of what's going on here. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to set it up on the, I say the tripod, but it's not. Let me show you what I got here. This is a microphone stand. See that? With a selfie stick on the end. So that's what I'm really calling a tripod. But it works. But okay, I'm going to set it up, and we'll show you some gameplay. Okay, I'm actually sitting on a arcade machine right now, playing an arcade machine. So now, hopefully, in the camera, you can see these lights. I had to move the camera around, but the idea is to use this ball to bounce. Use this bar to bounce the ball into these individual lighted holes when they're lit, and it's actually I mean, there's much harder games. It's not easy, but there's worse. I enjoy this game, but okay, let me get a game started. Now, oh, by the way, if you didn't know, the theme of this game and why it's called ice cold beer is because your play field here looks like a giant beer mug, and this is the beer bubbles, and head, the foam is kind of coming off the edge. But yeah, here we go. Now it plays the music, 99 bottles of beer in a wall. What? Now there is a bonus counter counting down right now. And the faster you get it in that hole, the more points you're going to get. Let me try to make this up to 10 for you guys. Now, I think this is technically a pinball. Ah, my ball was stuck. There we go. Oh! Ah, jeez. I hate that. No, I'm not paying attention. Sometimes you just gotta be in the game to play it. I'm gonna still try to get it to 10 here. Now, ice cold beer was remade by ice. Ice bought the rights to ice cold beer, and then they made a giant ice cold beer, and it's huge, and the holes are in different locations. It's its own game. But this game is actually, a lot of people like this game, and I think they did good picking that game. Yeah, so sooner or later I'm gonna get the reproduction glass. I can't remember who makes it now. I think it might be Phoenix Arcade. But I'm not made of money, and I don't have much time either. So I do what I can. There's 9. One more, and then I'll show you what the playfield looks like. If I make it. Can you imagine this at a bar? I think people would play the hell out of it. Oh no! Do I have another ball? Oh, now the ball's stuck. If I shake it, I'm going to tilt, and I'm going to lose my last ball. Oh, I tilted! No! Okay. Well, looks like... Alright, I'll tell you the story on why my balls keep coming up missing. Okay. I brought this to a show in Chicago. And while I was at the show, I'll tell you a common problem with ice cold beer. There is a plastic shroud that goes in the back of this playfield, and for over years of the ball going in the holes and then dropping down to the same spot over and over and over, that plastic piece breaks, will crack. Well, at the show, mine cracked, and I did like a temporary fix at the show, and what I did is I got tape, and I taped it up, and now the ball gets stuck on the sticky side of the tape. So I gotta keep putting up with this till someday I either need to fix it right, use some epoxy resin or something, or replace that whole shroud since they now reproduce it. It's sold on eBay for $100. But man, that sucks. I wanted to show you guys what happens when you get a hole number 10. But instead, I'll tell you. Maybe you can look somewhere else and see. What happens is... Shut up. I think it found it now. And it did. Oh! I still have a ball left! Okay, well, alright. I got the pressure now, but let's try to get to hole number 10. See, that ball sticks on the tape I put in there. I thought I tilted and lost my ball, but must have had another ball. Ooh. Oh no! I still didn't show you nothing. Okay, you see this demo, you would see this demo, and there would be a different kind of music, and then this little star on the bottom. Let me get up, and okay, there's a star right here. Now that star would light up, and it'd be kind of like proof that you made it to hole number 10. And some people say that would be your free beer. You get a free beer if you could prove you made it to hole number 10. But that is ice cold beer. Oh, you know what? This was one of the ones I bought broken, And oh, by the way, did I even show you guys the control panel? Let me get this out of the... But yeah, this is the original one. And I know that they now produce reproductions. This is nice. It's nice enough for me not to worry about it. You can see there's some fill-in scratches there and whatever. You know what? I'm not going to spend the money on it. But this, let me zoom in on my imperfections here. You can see how this is a little messed up. This was completely clear, and I sprayed a thin coat of white spray paint to try to fill in the cloud-looking stuff, graphics there. And I should have took the time and actually patched the letters, because you almost wouldn't have been able to tell, but I didn't. But nice cold beer, really cool game.